What's the big blaze about, Skipper? It's hot enough.
Nothing like a good fire to keep the bugs away.
Bugs?
Mosquitoes, moths, zombies, and vampires.
I saw a picture called The Land of the Vampires once, and, well, they didn't build a fire to chase away the monsters. They hung up pieces of wolfbane.
Wolfbane? That's Hollywood for you. Any fool knows that wolfbane's only used against werewolves.
Well, it was a very good picture.
Well, maybe so, but a glaring mistake like that makes the whole picture unbelievable.
I guess you're right, Skipper.
They were cute.
Oh, weren't they? Well, our mystery guest is one of those gorgeous girls. Have you worked out who?
It's one of our favourite castaways from the television series Gilligans Island. She's the sweet, lovable farm girl from Kansas. Please welcome Mary Ann Summers, otherwise known as actress Dawn Wells.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have a seat.
Thank you. I felt familiar there with those palm trees.
Yes. Walking through the island, tell us about Gilligan's Island, because at the time when it started, the critics panned it.
Hated us.
What would they know? What was it all about?
They said, I don't know, we're still talking about it. It's about as funny as Gilligan's Island. They keep making fun of us. I think they thought it was the most ridiculous thing they'd ever heard. First time in history that they ever have a theme song. 7 people marooned and can't get off. And we went right to top 10 in the ratings. So, you know, all the way to the bank we left.
Well, it went for 3 years, but has got another 40 on our screens. It keeps getting replayed. 50 countries around the world it's been translated into.
It's amazing,
at the time,
isn't it?
did you ever think it would be like this?
No. As a matter of fact, our producer, Sherwood Schwartz, said to us after the second year, you're never going to get any reruns out of this because the first year was in black and white. We're the longest-running show in the history of television syndication. Never been off the air since 1964.
It was so endearing, but for those of us old enough to remember the original Gilligan's Island opening titles, it didn't mention either you or the Professor.
I know.
Let's take a look.
The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, a movie star, and the rest are here on Gilligan's Island.
And the rest?
The professor and I still send each other little love notes saying, love the rest.
What happened there?
Well, we were 3 replacements. There were 3 secretaries who was in the original show, were 3 school teachers. And when CBS purchased the show, they said, let's make it a movie star, a farm girl, and a professor. And they auditioned people in New York and Los Angeles at the same time. And Ginger got cast first. And her agent was very smart. He said, she's in 5th position and nobody after her. So after they sang the song about the Howells, they put Ginger's name in and the rest. After the first year, 3 people claimed that they changed it. Gilligan, the producer, and a director by the name of John Rich said they all fought for Russell and I to have our own credits, and I guess that's what happened. I don't know.
Now, you mentioned the cast. I mean, it was an amazing ensemble cast.
Yeah.
Did you all get on?
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well. It was a wonderful family. And actually, the producer kind of created that, I think.
Hey, Gilligan!
At the very beginning, he said to us, you know, you're going to be on the air every single day, and Gilligan is going to be the goofball, and he's making all the mistakes, and you must be careful and not be too angry, because the audience is going to identify with him. So it's like you love your brother, you can say things to him, but nobody else can, you know? There was a real camaraderie.
And Bob Denver was such an amazing comic. How sad was it when he passed away last year?
Oh, very. He didn't rehearse. It came from inside. He wasn't the wit that Jim Backus was. He wasn't a comic, so to speak. The little soul of Gilligan came through. I think that's the reason the children liked him so much. You could identify with that. I miss him a lot.
Oh, he's moving forward in the sea.
I'm afraid this looks intense, doesn't it?
You and the Professor.
Yes.
Anything
I don't know.
sort of going on there?
What do you think?
I'm just asking the question.
You know.
Unfortunately, wishful thinking, but he was a hunk, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I look back and go, wow, I didn't realize how handsome he was.
Very bad.
No, I think they wanted us to get together. You know, it was the day of censorship, so there was no kissing or anything going on. They had to be very careful. We were all in unchaperoned. You couldn't show my navel. Ginger couldn't show her cleavage. You know, it was very puritanical then.
Tell us about you, life after Gilligan's Island. You've kept really busy.
There is a life after Gilligan's, isn't there? I'm not so sure. Oh, I've been very lucky. I'm greeted with love all over the world, and I've managed to do a lot of theater and films. But right now I'm running an Idaho Film and Television Institute.
Wow.
I'm very busy, and I find I don't have children, and I find that you can be trained in the theater, and they tell you how to go to Broadway, and they tell you what to do with summer stock. They don't tell you anything about getting into the film industry. As a filmmaker, yes, but as an actor, no. So about 10 years ago, I said, you know, maybe I could be some help along the way, and it's blossomed into this. It's overwhelming. I'm working harder than I've ever worked in my life, and it's a joy.
Great to see you. Thank you for coming all the way out, because I know you've got a busy schedule. You've got to race back. Really appreciate your time.
I love Australia, and thank you for having me. We're having a wonderful time. Thank you.
Terrific.
Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank Dawn Wells.